Hello, happy Wednesday. What's going on, everybody? Let's get this party started. Let's wait for everybody to get in here. Looks like YouTube is just sending out the notifications, so we'll give that a little bit, a few minutes to take an effect, and then I'll start seeing. There you go. Start seeing the numbers coming up as people are starting to pop in. So first of all, I'd like to welcome everybody in that's coming in, and I'll go ahead and use this time to anybody that's watching the replay. Thank you for watching the replay. I know it's tough when you're watching, especially watching a live stream, um, and not being able to interact during the live stream. But there's definitely always a lot of good information that comes out of these things. So there's that. And then I do want to encourage you, just because you're not here and able to chat live, go ahead and drop your questions in the comment section, and I'll definitely respond back to them. So don't feel like just because you weren't able to make it. I know some people said I have to work, I have school, whatever. Not a big deal. Just if you do have questions, drop them in the comments in the YouTube comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. So so that's one thing. The other thing, let's see here. I want to while we're waiting for everybody to kind of pour in, just a couple of little housekeeping things. I want to take this moment to invite everybody that isn't already part of our group, the Carnival Long Beach Cruisers, Radiance, Panorama, Miracle, Firenze, etc. Join that group. Come join us. We just went over 5,000 members. It's amazing how quickly that group has grown, and just a great group of people. Everybody's very helpful, very kind. So please come join us if you'd like to. I started another group just recently called Ensenada Cruisers, chat tips and port information. Again, feel free to come join us there as well. So great. Looks like people are pouring in. Let me just go ahead and start going through the chat. Hello there, birthday twin, G Zombie. I remember your name. Sorry. Is it Gabrielle? Please remind me. But hello, birthday twin. Hopefully we'll get to celebrate our birthday together. Maybe next year, right? I think we said maybe Panorama next year. Hey there, cruising couple. Julie and Mark, welcome in. Kenny's in here. What's going on, Kenny? Shay's in the house. What's going on, my girl Shay? Jessica Romero, hello, welcome in. Amber, is there a way to find out the ship schedule? So Amber, it's funny that you should ask that question. Let me start with that as we're getting people to pour in. So what I usually do, and again, this is why I like to invite people over to the Facebook group, because usually if I'm on the sailing, almost always I'm going to go ahead and get the daily activity ship schedules, and then usually when I have friends on the ship or people that are willing to help, I ask them to provide them to me, take a picture, send them to me. So let me. I do have them at that Facebook group that I mentioned, Amber. So if you're not already part of the group, come join us. I upload them there. Like I said, I have some that people have sent me, and I just uploaded from my recent trip. So, but just keep in mind, and I always put a little disclaimer on it, that this is based on that cruise. So it could change. The entertainment director is responsible for all that, along with the cruise director. So things could change, but it gives you a general idea of what the schedule is like. So if you're on Facebook, Amber, come join us over there. And I don't know how I missed Amy. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. Kathy, my friend, welcome in. Hello. Finally getting to cruise with her after, gosh, for so long. We're getting to cruise together here next month, so I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. And who else do we have here? Shelby, hey, welcome in. Bob Burns, what's going on? Andrew, hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Mary, what's going on? Debbie, hi, Debbie, welcome. Rosa, welcome in. I see Kelly. Hey, welcome in, Kelly. Griselda. Man, I knew I was gonna mess it up. Sorry, close enough. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I knew I was gonna. I should have just said "What up, G?" But thank you. I appreciate it, and I probably butchered your name too after trying to pronounce it too. But yes, cocktails and cruising. Hey, welcome in. Oh, that looks like from the photo. It looks like Brian. I think that was the name. If I remember correctly. Danielle, going on the Carnival Radiance for the first time this weekend. Looking forward to it. I watch all your cruising videos. It looks fun. Hey, Danielle, thank you. First time this weekend. Wow. Okay. I hope the seas are a little calmer. they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. And I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. But thank you for watching the videos. It is a lot of fun. Trust me, it is a lot of fun. And I'll talk about some of the fun we had on our last cruise. Did you book your April cruise yet? Not yet, but I just finally got some awesome deals. God, it took forever, but I got three really good offers. So I'll be booking a few here coming up. For April, it's most likely going to be the 14th, if I remember correctly. But I'm gonna. I just found out. I was talking to the person I went to that hired me under their travel agent umbrella, so I can actually book the cruises for myself and get credit as a travel agent, which is what I wanted to do. So she's going to help me do that tomorrow. So once it's official, I'll post that. Rosa Corral, do you know if we're able to take a 12-pack of water onto you cannot unless that 12-pack of water is in cans, 12-ounce cans, or paper cartons. You're welcome. Hello, Michael. Andrew, hey, honey, got my room number signed today. I'm on deck 8. Do you know where that will be located? Well, on deck 8, and it will be where are you at? Does it tell you like the room number? And if you look at the deck maps, you can kind of see if you're in the forward part of the ship. I don't know if that's what you were asking me. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be a smart aleck, but on the forward, mid, or aft part of the ship. So Rosa Corral, also, are we able to take 12-pack per person, or is it per cabin? It is per person, the 12 packs of soda, if that's what you're referring to. It is per person. I feel like we're in romper room. Why is that? What did I miss? Cocktails and cruising. Yep. Okay. Brian. Yep. I got it right. Cool. As always, thank you, Beach Life, for all you do in the groups, and you too. Hey, you're welcome, Kenny. It's a lot of fun. As you know, you're an admin in one of the groups with me, and I know that you also like to help out first timers and stuff. For me, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. The building up the cruise family, especially after everything that we went through with the shutdown and everything else, and trying to get cruising restarted. I feel like the experienced cruisers are gonna do whatever they're gonna do, right? And they're usually, I don't know why, and it's unfortunate. Again, I don't want to go off on this tangent, but everybody always feels like, oh, I don't need to be told. I've been on 50 cruises, 25 cruises, this and that. Listen, I just finished my 24th cruise. My milestone cruise will be next month, and I'm learning something every new. What I'm doing with that is I'm learning something new. I'm sharing that with everybody that wants to listen, but I'm focusing on first timers because I got sick and tired of experienced cruisers going, you know what? And I'm not saying everybody. I know there's some experienced cruisers in here, so it's like that's why my focus is on first timers, because you know what, they appreciate it, and that's really what I might focus on. But thanks, Kenny. Mr. Martinez, sailing on the Radiance on the 13th, first time cruiser. Do they have a blackjack tournament? I don't know. I don't know if they brought back any, because I just saw some people talking on Facebook about how they haven't even brought back the poker stuff. So my answer is going to tell you most likely no. Especially if you're sailing on the 13th, most likely no, because they haven't made any kind of announcement on it, because they're still giving platinums and diamonds like $25 to use in the casino because the tournaments are not available. Yes, April 14th. Oh yeah, that's right, Kathy. I saw that you're in that group. So yeah, there's a very good chance we're going to cruise together 2 months in a row after such a long absence. So I'm excited about that. Hey, April, welcome in, sweetie. Hey, what's the best restaurant on the ship? Alicia coming in with a tough question. Food questions are really tough for me because it's really one of those things. Everybody has different tastes, and hang on. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Welcome in, buddy. Glad you made it. The main dining room, the free food and stuff like that, it's all good. For the most part, you can always find something. I would say the Blue Iguana and Shacks and Guys and things like that are good in their own ways, right? But as far as paid restaurants, I really enjoy, I do the 3-day cruises. So Friday night I do the steakhouse, and Sunday nights I do Cucina del Capitano, the Italian restaurant, and then I do the elegant night Saturday night at the main dining room. And I enjoy it. I get a little bit of everything, but everything else, even like I said, I paid, like the bonsai sushi, the seafood shack, the paid options are really good. But if you don't want to spend any extra money, which I get it, any of those other ones, so of the free ones, outside of the main dining room or whatever, I really like Blue Iguana. I can't say it's the best, right? Because everybody's opinion is different, but one of my favorites is Blue Iguana. Hope that helps. Are you allowed to bring your alcohol? Hey, Chucky, what's going on? Are you allowed to bring your alcohol? And if so, do you get charged a corking fee? If you're talking about alcohol, that would be a bottle of wine or champagne. You can't bring like liquor, right? So I think you know that. But so you can open your own wine bottle. You can bring your own wine bottle, open a corkscrew, etc. But if you take it to my dining room and if they open it for you, there will be a corkage fee. Romper room. I love that as a kid. Yes, you can bring a 750, bottle of wine or champagne to the room 8256. I think that's somewhat midship ish, if I remember correctly. A vodka I did. Good one. Yeah, good luck with that. And they took away my darn. I totally forgot. I had a bottle, like a 1 liter bottle with my cans, and it was just on top because I was going to drink it. I didn't drink it. It was on top of my cans, and they took it, threw it away right in front of me. So anyway, no, really, you can't bring 12 black bottle. Just Stephen Cox said, just learned that I have 100 days until my cruise. Yep. Wow, 100 days. It'll be here before you know it. Hey, Keegan, welcome in. Is the only way to purchase things on board is by having credit, or can a credit card be used? You attach your credit card to a sail and sign card. So yeah, cash, you can't really use cash on ship except in the casino, or if you want to tip outside of the regular gratuities, right? But other than that, everything has to go use. You could use. Sorry, let me try that again. You use your sale sign card for everything else. That's going to be either tied to cash that you put on it, or most people use a credit card. Armando Chavez says, "Am I allowed to bring a 12-pack soda and a bottle?" Yes, you could bring both. So the 12-pack soda per person and the bottle of wine per adult. You can order water and have it delivered to the room for $9.95. Now you can bring Brock's water, that'll be more expensive. Yeah, exactly. It's very expensive. Rosa says, we checked in with our passport work, so we still have to bring our birth certificates. If you are using your passport and it's good and not going to expire and all that stuff, like during your cruise or anything like that, yeah, absolutely. All you need is your passport. You will not need your birth certificate is only needed if you don't have a passport. Then you need your birth certificate and ID. Patrick Swirl says, my first cruise is April 17th, 2023. It's going to be here soon, next month, right? Yeah, you can bring back 12-pack soda. I'm on deck. Oh, geez, the chat jumped on me. That was weird. Bring your own cork. Yep, got it. So, hey, Shelby, what's going on, sweetheart? Welcome in. Hey, Andrew, I'm 8363-8365. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for your book. Yeah, that's right. You just booked another one. What date? See you all Friday. Get your 15 drink limit faces on. Thank you, and looking forward to my first Carnival. I'm normally an NCL snob, so I've been told to keep an open mind. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you the same thing like I tell everybody else. If you go in, it's just like anything. I hate to use this comparison, but like if you go, let's say you break up with a significant other, and then you start dating again, and you keep comparing them to that other person. I'm not saying you broke up with NCL, but my point is that anytime you start trying to do that comparison, it's never a good thing. Like somebody on our cruise, this last cruise was a Disney cruiser. Definitely a completely different vibe, right? Completely different thing. Somebody that was on this past cruise, in my Facebook group was complaining and saying, oh, it's a big party cruise and this and that. I'm like, well, with all due respect, you did zero research, because anybody you would have asked would have told you these 3-day cruises are usually like a big party booze cruise, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, yeah, go in with an open mind, enjoy it. If you don't like it, cool. You enjoy it, NCL, obviously. But, I look forward to hearing what you think about it afterwards, Chucky. How much do you tip on the casino percent? How much do you tip on casino? I'm not sure I understand that question. How much do you tip on casino? You talk about like for drinks? Like, give me some more context. I just want to make sure I'm answering this properly. So, like for drinks, the servers, yeah. I mean, listen, if you want them coming back, I would tip them, a couple $3 on that first one, kind of get them to make sure to come back, and then keep it somewhat consistent around there, $2 or so. All right. If that's what you're asking, if not, let me know. Danielle says, hello, welcome in. Are the pools open? Thank you. Yes, they're open. They were cleaning them. They'll clean them. They'll close them to clean them, and they'll have signs out letting you know. But yes, they're open. Even on my cruise where it was like cold and rainy, yep, it was open. Oof, I saw some people going in there. Oh man, I tell you, kids, especially kids. Sailing in 2 weeks. I need some more weather. How was the vibe on the ship, honey? The vibe is always the same, right? uh, what I did notice is that the bars are usually packed, right? It's a 3 day cruise. There's like a couple bachelor parties, bachelorette party, a 40th birthday party. There's a lot of stuff going on. So the bars, especially indoors, I'll tell you the outdoor bars, the Blue Iguana and Red Frog Rum Bar outside, and were ghost towns for the most part. And the Tides Bar, it's covered, so it wasn't too bad. But again, compared to what it usually is, the inside bars, man, they were just packed. So, but the vibe was overall was fun. But yeah, everybody was cold and staying indoors. Yes, the pools will be open. Hey Shay, please take photos and post. I hope they'll be warmer than I need. Spill the beans about your hotel day. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I wanted to know who was. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I always mix you and the Burnses up, and I don't know why. Like I wasn't sure if it was the Burns couple or it was the Lashley couple that asked me this question. So yes, let me get caught up because that's like number one on my list. Let's talk about the Hampton Inn. So let me get caught up here. What dates are you going? I'm going April 7th. Oh, for sure, you guys go me too at least. Is there a way to cap how much you spend on a day on your sale sign card? Taking our kids on the first cruise. Go on the Yeah, you can for your kids, Amy. You can definitely cap how much they can use on their cards. You can do that. You'll do that when you check in online. You'll set that limit. Like yeah, so you can to answer your questions. See there, awesome. I'm trying to get through these because I do want to get through my list of stuff and answer the question by Kelly. If you win money, Amy, you can set a limit on the sales sign card. Hi, James, welcome in. Hey, Andrew, you'll be on my April 17th. Okay, Jessica, I'm so excited. I've cruised out of Miami before, but I'm cruising in Long Beach in November for my boyfriend's first cruise ever for his birthday. Definitely going to be a different thing, right? I've cruised out of Miami a couple of times. Definitely different. But I think you'll have a good time. I don't know if you're doing the 3 day or 4 day. If you're on the 3 day, definitely more of a party crowd, like probably what you're used to in Miami. So going to Las Vegas for 3 day weekend holiday. Exactly. Well said. Christopher Kirk, is anyone going to be on the May 1st Radiance cruise here tonight? Well, hopefully they'll pipe in and let us know. Yay, a bar and a view to myself. LOL. I believe your room is more midship, so you're good. Not going to lie, but Long Beach Port vibe is the best. Doing the 4 days, so Jessica. Okay. 4 days is going to be a little bit of a different vibe, but still, these shorter cruises tend to be, but the 3 day cruise is definitely the party vibe for sure. Okay, I'm caught up. So to answer the question that was asked earlier about the hotel. So this time around, I in the past, I've always stayed, well, I shouldn't say I've stayed in Hotel Maya. I've stayed at the Hyatt Regency. I've stayed at the DoubleTree Hilton San Pedro. So this time around, my buddy used his Hilton points because normally we stay at my mom's house in San Diego and then drive up. But because of the weather, well, we had booked it because they were having some issues where they had to go stay in a hotel because their house had some, like a tree that knocked the sewer line out. Anyway, long story short, we as a backup plan, we had booked this Hampton Inn and Seal Beach. So then because of the weather, we could have went back because everything was fixed at my mom's house. We could have went and stayed there, but because of the weather, we said, you know what, let's just go ahead. I mean, you already booked it with the points. Let's just go ahead and stay there and try it out. See if it's something like, because, price-wise, I heard from somebody else, it had really good pricing and that kind of thing. So for those of you, and I haven't updated my hotel document, so I will get this updated in the hotel document. For those of you that are looking for a hotel, it was like 9 miles from the port, drive time because you're taking back roads to get there. I think 20 some odd minutes. But let me tell you, the place was nice. A nice day, a good, nice sized parking lot, to park and if you have an oversized vehicle or anything like that, it's an open parking lot. The place was nice. It was clean. And then it was really easy to get to the port because we just took the back roads in, didn't have to hit the 710 and mess with all that traffic and the big trucks. We even avoided the big truck traffic on the roads, right? The way it brought us in, it was really nice and clean. So I would tell you, if you're looking for a place that's affordable, but that's still nice and somewhat nearby, and there's a lot of areas around there to go shop. Like there's I think a grocery store. I think I saw Vons or whatever. Places to eat and that kind of thing. So Hampton Inn, Seal Beach, yes, recommend. So Kelly, I think that was you were asking earlier. So yeah, I would definitely. Oh, you already booked it, so I'm curious to see what you guys think after you stay. But yes, I think it's a good place to stay at. Hey, what's going on? My buddy Brad is in the house. Glad you were able to stop working just for a few minutes to say hello. But appreciate you being in here, buddy. We stayed at the Residence Inn. It was great. We just took the Panorama 2 weeks ago. That the Marriott Residence Inn by the Long Beach Port. Yeah, I haven't stayed there. Heard really nice things about it, Cindy. Um, so yeah, I believe that's on the little hotel options list document that I have. Um, but yeah, again, like I said, it's definitely it was. I mean, we use points again, but I know somebody else. And Kelly, if you don't mind sharing, do you how much the rate was that you booked it for? If you want to drop that in the chat. But from what I heard, it was a good rate. DJ J Tech, hey honey, thanks for help on the Miracle Roll Call group. Hey, no worries. Happy to help, even though I haven't been on the Miracle yet, but help answer questions about Ensenada, etc. So, and I'll talk about Ensenada here in a little bit. James says, can you find out next cruise if the elevators tell you what floor you're on? They do. Oh, you mean inside? I I think they do. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but if that's what you're talking about when you're inside. Oh, you wait, what floor? Not like on the ground? Nah, I don't know. Give me some more context to help with that one. I'm not really following. Sorry, James. Good to know we booked there ourselves. Oh, you did too. Oh, maybe that's why I'm so confused because you guys both booked it. The couples I get mixed up are both also staying at the Hampton Inn. Nice. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, I always the Lashleys and the Burns. I'm sorry, guys. I mix you guys up. I get so confused. Jennifer De La Cruz says, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, y'all. Hey, Jennifer, welcome in. No worries. We're just getting started. Does a couch turn into a bed? Yes, it does. The couches will turn into a bed. I thank you and everyone for sharing so much info and ideas about traveling to Ensenada and Catalina Islands. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love, I'll tell you, I mentioned the Facebook group earlier. I'll mention again as we got, a lot more people in here. So I have the two Facebook groups, the Carnival Long Beach Cruisers group, and then the new Ensenada group. And I'll tell you that Carnival Long Beach Cruisers group has grown into such a beautiful community. Exactly what I was looking for when I decided to do it and get it started. So I'm very thankful for it and all the people that help, April and many others that are very helpful in there. I wonder if Costa Firenze will take over for the Radiance. There's some. Maybe. What's interesting is I noticed that the Radiance is going to be doing a bunch of the Hawaii cruises, which is what the Miracle used to do. So I'm wondering what the Miracle is going to do. John Hill, that's twice he's done that to us, saying, "Oh, this week I'll tell you guys something. I'll have some news for you," and then he doesn't. Sorry, guys. Big John Hill fan. Those of you know already. I have read that when people win money at the casino, they tip. My question is, how much do they usually tip? Oh, Armando, sorry. I didn't understand the question. I don't know. Kathy, do you have a general idea of what I know you hang out with a bunch of these people that that spend a lot of time at the casino. I don't know, honestly, Armando. Hopefully my friend Kathy can give you a general idea. I don't know if there's a general percentage or whatever that people like to tip. I stayed at the Fairfield in Los Alamitos and it was reasonable rate. I don't play the tables either, so that's usually more. I know the tables. I usually play on the slots, so there's nobody really to tip other than the people bringing drinks. So that I'm guessing that's where your question is for the dealers. I stayed at the Fairfield in Los Alamitos and it was a reasonable rate, not too far away. Okay, good to know on that. I'm trying to kind of look beyond the regular the Hotel Mayas and stuff like that. So just trying to give people more options and stuff like that. So that's good to know. Okay, thank you, Kelly. So $221. Two queen beds, non-smoking for 4 people. So that's really a decent rate, especially for those of you that look for hotels in the Long Beach area. Yeah, that's definitely a good rate. The couch could be made into a bed. The elevators with the letters that blink when you hit the floor number. Yeah, they have numbers. The elevators with the letters that blink when you hit the floor number. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I must not understand this elevator question. So somebody else can help with this one. I'm not getting it. It's just like a typical elevator. If the question is like the Panorama where you have to how many people and blah, 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 and all that. The Radiance doesn't have that. If that's the question, maybe I'm getting really confused here. If that's the question, it's not like the Panorama. It's just like a general elevator. You push up or down, and then you wait. And then when you get in the elevator, you push what floor you want to go on. So if the confusion, or my confusion, is if you're asking if it's similar to the Panorama, or what's the other one that does it? Is it the Horizon, I think? No, it's not that same type of elevator. If that's the question, sorry guys, I'm not following. It's hard sometimes trying to interpret what people are asking. So, and I don't want to give the wrong answer. Do you only do Carnival sailings? Key to Vegas, as of right now, yes. I did, and I'm not going to lie, I did for a minute check on Royal Cruises and Princess Cruises, and I think that was it. Maybe NCL. No, I don't think I checked NCL, but just to get some price comparisons. But my deals that I get from Carnival are just so good, and I'm not going to get that. I would start entry level, if you will, with all these other cruise ships, which is honestly why I, some people were asking me privately why, what was the motivation for the travel agent thing, and honestly, it was just for me to one, because I wasn't getting those deals from Carnival, so I said, oh man, if I need to. Get the little travel agent perks, or some of them offer you like free cruises, like Princess, after you do their certification. So that's when I started looking. It was then. So for me to say, like in the past, I'd be like, I don't really have a reason to. If I get a free cruise, like if I get this free Princess cruise or things like that, absolutely. Would I pay more to go on another cruise? Absolutely not. Just not worth it to me. Hey Andrew, it all depends on which room you have and how many people. Okay, I'm going with 2 girlfriends in April. We got 3 beds. Was told they were bringing in a trundle bed in our interior room. Kind of risk it's going to be too small. Is that for an adult? Let me tell you real quick. I'm getting a little behind, but I think so. When I went on the Sensation, I did a little brocation with 2 of my buddies, first time cruisers. And we went out of Miami on the Sensation, and it was 2 twin beds and a trundle. And I slept on the trundle because the other 2 dudes are tall, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna make them sleep on the ground, and we'll be tripping over their legs, hanging out, because those rooms are not very big. Those have stayed in those interiors. Anyway, so and I slept in that trundle. Ask for a lot of padding, Jennifer. Let me tell you, I don't know who's sleeping, if it's an adult or a child or whatever. Ask for some of that, like the mattress topper they use on the twin beds or whatever. Ask for that to just get as much padding on that thing, because it's not the super comfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so thank you for meeting Honey, Evan, and everyone in the Beach Life community. Likewise, April, meeting you and your family has been wonderful. For people remember last Spontaneer is a drop down bunk, but this one is a trundle. Yeah, the drop down bunk is like any of the other twin beds, but that trundle. And I've only stayed in it once on the Sensation. I can't say that they're all that way, but just be prepared, whoever's going to be on it, to ask for some extra bedding to soften it up a bit. Let's see here. If you get on the elevator and the doors close, you push what you are on, and before you get in real. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just like a regular elevator. You push a number and that's it. It's not like the Panorama one where a lot of people get confused and all that. So yes, you get on and you choose the floor you want to go on. So sorry, I didn't want to make that more complicated than it was. The initial question wasn't that clear. In Vegas, if I win a big hand, I usually throw a couple $5 chips the dealer's way. Okay, good to know, Stephen. For the person that was asking the tipping question, and here Kathy's also saying if you win a hand pay on the slots, the custom is $20. If you win a large bonus on the table, is usually 10%. Okay, good deal. Thank you for the help on that, Stephen and Kathy. When you're inside the elevator and go up, let's say click 10, it will let you know when you're on deck. I'm blind and trying to figure out if I can use it. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's extra context. That's helpful, because I just wasn't understanding. Yes, it will say like Lido deck 10, deck 9, or whatever. So if you're asking if there's an audible, it'll say like, when you get to the Lido deck, it'll say Lido deck main. I think it'll say, I don't think it says the number, now that I'm thinking about it, James. Now again, having this additional context, I think it says the deck name. So like it'll say main deck, I think. Somebody help me out. I know, for example, for sure, I remember always hearing Lido deck, because I remember like Love Boat and things like that. I don't remember if it says the deck number. So help me out, guys. Guys and gals, I don't remember if it says the deck number. So let's help James out on that one. Like on the Panorama. Yeah, see, that's what I was going. I thought maybe they're Is Catalina Island stuck no longer in the itinerary? No, Oscar, it is still in the itinerary, but because of this crazy weather they've had in California, they haven't been able to, because it's a tender port. So they haven't been able to, use the tender boats because the waters have been so rough. But it's still stopped on the 4 day. On the 3 day, no, it's just Ensenada. Yeah, no, thank you, Cindy. I know you're trying to help, and that's why I say I was just confused. I was trying to think, and I was thinking, oh, Panorama, but obviously he let us know that he's blind, so that was some extra information that was made it helpful. I know I've seen Braille on the elevators and on the Vista. It said the floor number. Okay, good to know. On the Braille on the elevators, that makes sense as well. Do you have any recommendations such as food or activities for Catalina Island? Christopher, I've only been recently. I've been in the past, but recently I've just been the one time last March. I ate at El Gayon, I think was the name of the place, and had their happy hour. They had a really good happy hour menu that was, fairly reasonable or affordable. It's in my Catalina. If you've seen my Catalina video, the golf cart one, in that video I show the menu and the food I got at El Gayon. So I liked that. And then for activities, of course, again, I mentioned in the video, I did the golf cart rental. That was a lot of fun. It was me and my buddy and his family, and that was a lot of fun. So I would highly recommend the golf cart rental. And I know there's other places. There's another one that's popular, Hula something. What is it? There's another place at Maui. Was it something Maui Larry's, or I don't know, something like that? Somebody will say it in the chat. But I like the food at El Gayon, and I went there because one of the staff members from guest services had told me about it, and that's where they went. They usually went when they went to Cali to go eat. So I went in, and based on their recommendation, and I definitely enjoyed it. So yeah, I like the vibe of Carnival too. Again, which is why I have no desire to, but if I can get a great deal on another ship, sure, why not? I'd like to try it, but I'm not going to pay the same or more to go on another ship for sure. So went on 213, already booked a 7 day in July. Very nice. I like that. I think somebody was it Jen? I think it was Jen that one of people from our Facebook group. Anyway, she hasn't even got her first cruise. I think I saw that she already did another. Booked another one. And speaking of, Shay did the same thing. Before she went on her first cruise, she was already booking other cruises. So yeah, Carnival made me. Yeah, I like that. I love Carnival as well. Willing to try Royal, but satisfied with Carnival. Yeah, exactly. I haven't been on those other ones. I can't say, oh my gosh, they're terrible. I would hate it or whatever. But just don't have any desire at this point. Yes, I'm not going to lie. I'm loyal to Carnival. Fairfield Inn, Los Alamitos is 15 miles, 20-minute drive from the port. $180 total for 2 queen room with free on-site parking for guests. Yeah, and the parking was free as well at the Hampton Inn Suites. The weather, right now, I'm guessing I'm not in California, so maybe some other I don't, but I'm sure they're getting. I know I saw people on Facebook posting pictures of snow and. Yeah, really, really crazy weather. It was really bad when we went. The rain was heavy. I didn't even get to. I wanted to film an updated video of the Long Beach Cruise Terminal, like covering parking and this and that, but there was no way. The weather was so bad. I won't even have an embarkation day video on this one because I couldn't film outside because of the weather. When I got inside. Some two new people that didn't know who I was, or I know that a lot of the other, including one of the managers, but I didn't want to be that guy, right? Including the supervisor there, they know who I am and they know I film in there and stuff like that. They just asked me not to film in the security area, but these two new employees were like, "Stop filming," blah blah blah. So I didn't get much footage, unfortunately, but I'll talk about some of this stuff. Small adult, LOL for the Chundle. Okay, small adult. Okay. I would definitely ask for some padding. I want Carnival to be my first cruise for sure. Consider Royal, but the Navigator just seemed too big. Not sure I vibe with Princess. Yeah, that's my worry, is that I would go on those and I just wouldn't enjoy myself after, being on Carnival for so long. Going on the Radiance for the second time on 4/24. Very nice. Confused Virgo. I feel like the vibe on Carnival is more, I want to enjoy life and my vacation. Everyone's super friendly and smiling. Yeah, I have no complaints, zero complaints. I love Carnival for that. Does a trundle get taken out every day or rolled under the bed? I think oh man, trying to remember. That was a while back. That was in June of 2019 when I stayed. I think they left it right there, but I'm sure if you ask them to, they'll probably try to put it under the bed or prop it up or something. but I feel like they left it right there on the ground when I was in there. Yes, there's an Audible. Yeah, Jennifer, I know there's an Audible April. I just don't remember if, do you remember if it said the deck number? I know it said the name, like it would say Lido deck, Riviera deck, whatever, that kind of thing. I don't remember if it says the deck number. Jennifer, for us, it was left in the room where we wanted it and made up like the other beds. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I recall too, Kenny. So thank you. All right. I believe it says Lido, main, or lobby. Okay, Cindy, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought so too. I thought it would just, I knew that it said the name. I just couldn't remember if it said the deck number. So thanks for that. Yes, you're right. It says Serenity or Lido, etc. Okay. Do we eat with a group for dinner or do we eat with your partner? Andrew, that's up to you to decide if you want to eat with others. I don't know how many people are in your group, but when you check in, there's an option of a shared table or not. It's, I think, toggled off by default, so you don't share. But if you want to share, I think there's like a little toggle at the bottom if you want to sit at a shared table. But by default, no, you'd be at your own table. Itinerary for Catalina's for the 4-day. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, Oscar. Hello, cruising is fun anytime. Welcome in. How did you like Alex, the cruise director? Terry, I promised myself that I wouldn't say anything negative because I really didn't go to any of his parties or do any of that. I'm not a big fan of indoor parties. Like the Sailaway party happened inside the Red Frog pub, but we were doing our meet and greet in there as well. And it's just if you've been in the Red Frog pub, the dance floor is very, very small, and trying to pack all those people in there trying to dance. Anyway, they had to. It's not their fault. I mean, the weather forced that. You know, the other parties are all in the atrium, and those, again, I've been on the Radiance. The atrium and the Radiance is very small again. So if you want a good spot, you have to get there early. I kind of sound like a broken record. I said this a million times. So I didn't go to the parties for that reason. It wasn't because of Alex. The one thing I didn't care for, and again, I'm not trying to judge it because I know a lot of people don't like Dion's "Hey, I said hey," you know, that thing. I think it's hilarious. I think it's cool. It doesn't really bother me. Alex, it was like all of a sudden he just started this thing where he does "ooh," and then he does his announcement. I just thought it was really weird. It was really odd. It's like that's the best you can come up with for a catchphrase. So it was like he'd start with a "ooh," and then I don't know. Anyway, I didn't interact with Alex enough to tell you that I liked him or didn't like him. I know I've heard mixed, right? I've heard some people that really liked him, and I've heard some people are like, I miss Dion, bring Dion back. So sorry, Terry, that's the best I can do. I didn't interact with him much to really or go to his parties to say, but that was the only thing. Was the whole "ooh" thing was just kind of weird to me. I'm going as well on April 7th. It's my birthday that day. Oh, very cool, Oscar. Well, happy birthday on April 7th. Hey, Oscar, we're going to bit. I'm on the April. Oh, you're on that one too. That's right. Sure did. I believe Dion will be back. Yeah, he should be back. I'm looking at deals to go again in July. Nice, Amber. I know I got those deals. I'm just like chomping at the bit to book. Okay, maybe see you around there. Cindy says, I'm also loyal to Carnival. We bought the stock too. Get 100 onboard credit if you own 100 shares. On the longer ones, on the 3-day, I think I get a $50 credit, but I haven't been because prior to this last February cruise was the last $500 onboard credit one that I get, and they weren't giving me on the last couple ones. They weren't giving me my stockholder one. In March, I will get my $50 for the 3-day, so I'm looking forward to that. Dion will be back. Dion will be back March 10th, not this week. Shay, not until March 10th they'll be back. It's cold here, Terry. I guess you're in LA, right in the Long Beach area, right in time for us on the 17th. Yeah, he'll be back for your cruise for sure. Looking at Jubilee for April 27th. Happy birthday in advance. Been on most lines. They all have good and bad points. Celebrity is my favorite overall. Good point. I've heard that from many people that have cruised different lines. I'm way behind, so I don't want to go off on that tangent. Maybe some other time, or maybe if we have time at the end, I'll talk a bit more of that. Anyone on my cruise, will you be decorating cabin door? For sure here. Harry was the best bartender in the Heroes Bar. Oh, in the Heroes Bar in the Radiance. Yeah, you know what? I barely ever go in there. Even in the bar crawl, we kind of skipped that one. So good to know. Harry in the Heroes Bar. Please say hi to the best server, Macy, in the Radiance. She's my favorite. You know what? I didn't see Macy. I don't know if she went home because she was supposed to be there till I don't know. Oh, maybe she got shifted somewhere else because of the weather. Because normally she's out there by the Lido deck. I didn't see her, and I don't know if she went home early. I just thought of that. I didn't see her at all. I mean, I thought I would have seen her during the bar crawl and all that. You know what? I need to. Yeah, I need to ask. I'll send a message to my friend that's a senior bartender, see if she went home or maybe they sent her to another ship. But I didn't. Yeah, I know. I'm now. You just remind me. I didn't see Macy. So has anyone noticed prices are going up on Carnival? Yeah, I mean that's to be expected, right? At some point, they weren't going to always have the super cheap prices. So now you kind of have to play in the casino and hope for the casino deals. We love the hey. I know. Hey y'all. Yeah. Again, I know some people find that annoying. And it just like kind of I found the ooh thing annoying. So I guess really it's a matter of preference. I didn't get it. So what happened April 21st for your cruising? I can't do it that weekend. There's a party that my wife is sponsoring. She's a real estate agent, so she's sponsoring this very large party here in the community, and so I have to attend that with her. So I had to choose the 14th or the 7th. The 7th is too close to my March 24th cruise, unfortunately, or I would have gone so I could see April and her family again. So it looks like the 14th. Savannah was our cruise director for the celebration, and that hey y'all and okay bye was her thing. So Savannah, obviously she trained under Kindle Fire because I know that the okay bye was, and that's an interesting thing. Again, I'm behind. So you'll see that like Gabe, your cruise director, did a few things of cruise directors that trained him. Like he would do Gabe coming to you from the ceiling, which is something that Dustin Gabriel did when I used to cruise with him way back in the day, or when I cruised with him back in the day. So they all kind of pick up little things, and then eventually they'll kind of find their own like taglines, etc. So Miss Martin says I have 3 cruises booked this year. Good going on Radiance October 6th through 9th. Very cool. How do we join the Facebook, Andrew? Just go to that one link I showed earlier. I'll have to try to drop it in later. Again, I need to get caught up in the chat because I still haven't gone through my last stuff. But just join the Facebook group. It's called Carnival Long Beach Cruisers, Radiance, Panorama, Miracle Firenze. Just look for it. Hey, Hunter, are you able to push your Facebook group? I did. I have it, but it's like way at the top. It's pinned at the top. So if you can scroll up in the comments and grab it. But I'm trying to get caught up. If I can remember, I'll come back and drop it in. Okay, tell me how. I thought Macy would be there till July. That's what I thought too. I'll have to message her. Oh, she's in dining? Okay. I thought I was going to say I didn't see her. Okay, so, and I only went to the dining room on Elegant Night, so that's why I didn't see her. Thanks, Kathy. Well, hopefully then we'll look for her. I'll look for her next month in the dining room. So we are friends on Facebook. My kids love the hey y'all. Hey, okay, thank you for letting us know. No problem. Will you be on the main one? I will. I don't know. June's fun and crafts. I don't know yet for May. May's going to be a tough one for me because I'm going to Cancun with the wife for a wedding. One of her. Well, again, she's a realtor. One of the loan officers she's been working with for the last 5-6 years that she's been doing this, 6 years plus. Who's become a close friends of hers is getting married in Cancun, and we're going out for that. And just with everything going on with my work schedule, it'd be very, very tough for me to ask them for two different weekends off that month. I'm already kind of worried about because we have a lot of busy things going on with work, and they're going to send me out to Florida a few times. So yeah, I'm trying not to book too far ahead or like double booking myself in the month. So right now, May is probably not going to happen for me for cruising, which is kind of a bummer. But hey, what's going on with this? Welcome in. Hey, honey, do you go on the 7 days? I have in the past. I don't because I saved those for like family cruises, and I was just going to mention that so last year I took July off to do a family vacation. At that time, my family was not cruising because of the vaccination requirements. But this year it looks like I'll probably take May off from my monthly cruises because in July we're looking at doing the Panorama. So yeah. What is the largest but typically I just do the 3 days because of work schedule. What is the largest table in the MDR for groups? I want to say 15 or 16. If somebody knows the exact answer, it's somewhere around there. I think it's like 15 or 16. Okay. Hi, honey. No COVID test for the 3-day cruise, right? Yep. No more COVID tests for those short cruises. Okay. I'm caught up. Let me get through some of these things because I know a lot of people came here to kind of hear about some of the stuff from last weekend, and I'll come back to the questions. So I talked about the Hampton Inn and Suites for the people that maybe have joined since I mentioned it. We stayed at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Seal Beach. Great place. Highly recommend it. If you can get a room there, definitely check their rates. Okay. Embarkation day. The parking structure, one thing I noticed that I want to mention to you, the parking structure. So, because I was trying to at least film that part of it to show, dropping my friend off with the luggage and then pulling back into the structure. But this time around, it was a little weird. So please help me out. Anybody that knows what they're doing here. But I was hoping some of my friends that work at the port might be in here. But so they split you off instead of just everybody going through in the same spot where there's pick up or drop off on that one far right like lane. They actually had us. They diverted us. So they had one line that was going into that normal pickup and drop off spot, but then they had another one on the left side of it, like opposite of the wall, and they had me going on that side. So I don't know if they were getting so busy and packed on the other side with pickup and drop off. And I don't know if that's a normal because I'm not usually not there that early, and maybe that's why. That would be my guess is that's probably why, because last time I went there that early, we parked at the Hotel Maya, so I didn't experience it. So maybe that's a normal thing for when people are getting off the ship and people are getting there early, they split that up and then eventually they'll go back to the one lane. But that was one thing I just noticed that was different is that they were using 2 lanes for the pickup and drop off. So just something to keep in mind. Again, we got there a little after 9 o'clock. So this was between 9 and 9:30. Once it was raining really hard, so we went inside. So again, I didn't get to film much outside, barely at all. They did have, when you went into the security, everything was the same, like the normal process. They did have the drug dogs there, or the dogs that were sniffing. Here's the real quick funny story. So there was a lady that was on a scooter. Maybe she didn't think it was funny, but after the fact. So she was like going in after me. And then the dog hit on her bag and it was like, what, really? Grandma, really? But anyway, it turned out like she had prescription medicine and the dogs hit on that. So just something to keep in mind. So they had her take her out. It was her, some kind of prescription medicine that the dogs hit on. So just, another thing that I noticed inside the terminal, this is a new thing, is that they had again, so it's new to me since from January to February. So from January 6th to February 24th, new. So if you've been there between there, not new to you probably. But they now have, normally when you go upstairs, for those that have been there before, they had the people taking pictures of you as you're going just before that final checkpoint, before you go on the gangway. They have them downstairs. So they have those big backdrops downstairs. They have that big wheel that they normally take a picture of you as you're going on the gangway. They had that downstairs, which I think is great for a couple of reasons. One, that they're going to get more pictures out of that because a lot of people are like, man, I just want to get on the ship. Don't stop me. Get out of my way, kind of thing. So they'll get more pictures done. And I noticed that. And that's what they told us too when we were talking to them. They said they're definitely getting more people taking pictures. So they have the backdrops and that little thing. The other thing I still noticed is they're selling lanyards in the cruise terminal as well. So again, while you're waiting, normally they would have that inside the ship in the hallways. I'm glad they kind of took that out of the way because it gets really busy. Those of you who've been on an embarkation on the ship, the less things cluttering the way as people are walking through. So now they're selling the lanyards in the cruise terminal, which I think is another great idea. So I'm glad they're making some changes for the good there. And I just mentioned earlier, I couldn't film inside. They didn't allow me. Some newbies didn't allow me to film inside, so it didn't get much out of that. So I'm going to pause for a second, grab some questions, and I'll come back to the next stuff. We did 17 people 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's good to know. I figured it was in that 15 to 17 range. Found the Facebook, good to go. Reserved dining shows up from the second day on. What about the first night? Reserved dining shows up from the second day and on. What about the first night? Reserved dining shows up from the second day on. What about the first? I'm not sorry, Armando. I'm trying to figure out so you can your reservations for dining, you can ask the question again. I want to make sure I'm understanding the question. Sorry. Would you recommend anytime dining advantages and disadvantages? I like hello Badrero family. I like anytime dining for this reason. I like to go eat as early as possible because if I wanted to do any of the later activities, um, if you go later, and I'm an early eater in general, but I like to do it so that way I can still attend some of the other activities. If I want to go to the comedy club, if I want to go to the whatever, if you go later, you're going to miss out on those things. So, but for me, I do it. The advantage is because I like to just get it done early and then go out and do my thing. But for if you're especially wanting to attend the shows and that kind of thing, I would definitely recommend anytime dining and going early. Good evening. Hey, what's going on, John and Nancy? Cindy says, if you do anytime dining, you aren't guaranteed the same waiter waitress every night. That's a disadvantage, of course. Yes. Also, different tables every night could be a disadvantage depending on what you prefer. We have done both, and either one is perfectly fine. Agreed. Are they going to have the dogs now on a regular basis? Asking for a friend. I don't know, Shay. To be honest with you, I really don't. I know they're going to probably have them for a while. I did notice that the amount of marijuana you smelt on the ship was reduced greatly. So I guess for nothing else, that the the dogs are causing people to second guess making that decision. I'm not saying I didn't smell it at all, but definitely a lot less than I remember in the past. So that was one thing. April says we did anytime dining. We were able to request the same table and Macy for all 3 nights. Good to know. Best fish tacos at Ensenada. A lot of people, of course, swear by Tacos Phoenix, and I liked it. I thought the fish tacos there were really good. It's just that it's either a very long walk or a short taxi or Uber ride or whatever over there. So Tacos Phoenix would be where I would say. But I tell you the ones that I had at Taco Movie, which is right next to the McDonald's, were really good. But here's the thing: this last weekend, I didn't see Taco Movie there, and somebody told me. I think it was a cruise just before that the Taco Movie wasn't there by McDonald's. So I don't know what's going on with that. I need to ask some of the locals if they know what's going on there. But so I would say I'm sure there's other people will say like some of the other places that are commonly mentioned out there. But I would say if you want to venture out, I did really enjoy Tacos Phoenix and one of the locals that I've been talking to there regularly, he does a tacos, brews and views tour, and that's where he stops for fish tacos for people. So whatever that's worth. Have you ever hit the 15 drink limit? I did. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I didn't. I haven't really tried, nor would I want to. I know some people see it as a challenge or whatever and enjoy it, and it's fun. I don't get the drink package because I just don't drink enough to justify it. But I know some people that definitely do. I remember somebody on one of the Facebook group kept posting pictures of their receipt every day showing when they hit the 15. So Bullo's, fish, shrimp, any tacos. I know that's one of the places that you like. I like early dining. I like to meet other people. Hey, Robert, welcome in. I like early dining. I like to meet other people at dinner, and then I can go to shows afterwards. Yeah, exactly. Is the art auction expensive? I've seen some of the portraits there, very nice. I've never attended, so I don't know if somebody in the group has attended those art auctions and can answer that question for Andrew. I'm not a big art guy, obviously, but I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a little expensive. We made, because especially if you got to try to get it back home somehow, right? Shipping or whatever. We made lots of friends in the dining room. I know a lot of people love to sit at the table. Had a blast on the Radiance. I hit my 15 on Saturday. Nice, Dion. Hey, since you mentioned about the lanyards, how much are they? Ah, man, I'm trying to remember. I have my own lanyard, so I didn't check the pricing. I think they'll have like a first day special for like a 2 for 10 kind of thing on the first day. I don't know if that's gone up, but that I remember in the past they would have on the first day like a 2 for 10 special. Armando says, I did my first cruise last December. I did the late dining, but first day they didn't have me like late dining, so I did anytime dining. On second night they had my reservation. Yeah, I know some people. Okay, now I understand what you're saying. So that I don't know who you book it through. If you book through a travel agent or through Carnival directly or a personal vacation planner, that's something that typically your travel agent or your personal vacation planner would set up for you. So I don't know who had done that, if you've done it yourself, but that's usually something that's set up by whoever booked your cruise for you. So it sounds like something got messed up when they did it. Now on to my next cruise. On my planner, I can see my reservations starting on the second day, but nothing appears on my first day. Yeah, I would reach out to whomever booked your cruises for you and see why that got messed up. I can tell you that that's typically set up by whoever you booked your cruises through, or if you booked them directly through Carnival, contact Carnival. Kayla Winter says, taking my second cruise in October and bringing my boyfriend this time for his first. I'm rewatching all your videos with him. All the advice really did make a difference in my trip, and it's so appreciated. Oh, thank you, Kayla. I appreciate it. Hope your boyfriend enjoys the videos as well. And I appreciate that feedback. I've heard that from others, and that's what I was telling somebody earlier today. And kind of like the comment I was making about experienced cruisers not appreciating it, and that's fine. I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for the first timers and stuff like that, and this type of feedback is what I usually get, and that's what motivates me. Again, I'm not doing this for people that feel like they already know it all. I've done 24 cruises, and I can tell you that even you see today, I'm like, I don't know. Let's ask the community. So that's why, to me, when I started this YouTube thing, it was all about building that community, because I'm not going to have all the answers, right? I'm going to either help you try to get them or use the community to help answer a question. So again, thank you, Kayla, for those kind words. Robert says, I finally got a special offer in the email. $200 onboard credit. I was told it was from the casino. I only gambled $20 on a slot machine and got an offer. Yeah, those casino offers are really all over the board. I was just talking to Shay about this earlier privately. That there's no rhyme or reason to those things. So really, there isn't. I hit the 15 on most C days. My son wants to know what the best activities are for kids. June's fun and crafts. I would say again, weather permitting, right? I would say out in the sports square, going up to, if they're inclined to do it, to do the ropes course. They have the basketball court there. They have, like, I think, football table and a pool table. The mini golf is fun. Again, weather permitting. I don't know when you're going. The water slides, all that stuff for outdoor activities. Indoors, I would definitely say go to the Camp Ocean, especially on the first day. They usually do some kind of icebreakers and things like that to get the kids, especially with the older, like teenager kids and stuff like that. So definitely go to Camp Ocean and make some friends. Is it true that tastings they do in the shops do not count against your Cheers package? Tastings in the shops? I didn't realize they. I know I haven't seen them. I don't. Are they still doing that? I remember back in the day. I haven't seen it on the Radiance, so I don't know. But I remember they used to do like little tastings, and yes, those wouldn't count towards your Cheers package. If there's other tastings that I'm not aware of, I'm not really sure, Kelly. But like way back in the day when they had like little samples that you could try, which I haven't seen since the restart, that those didn't count. You're welcome, Armando. Yeah, sorry, I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm really tired, so my brain isn't clicking 1,000%. So I apologize that I'm asking for some things to be asked. And again, I'm very, very whether it's my videos or my documents or in my Facebook groups, I'm very cognizant of making sure that I'm answering the questions properly. I hate, and it's just impossible with things changing all the time. I hate to give bad advice or incomplete advice, or information. So, is there one early and a late? Yes. So on the Radiance, there's the sunrise dining room that hosts the early dining and late dining, and then if you're on your time dining, that's in the sunset dining room, which is in the back of the ship. Early, late, or any time exactly. The tasting in the shop are served in a thimble. So is that still a thing? I remember back in the day they had. I just haven't seen it on the Radiance, nor have I looked for it, so I can't tell you. Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you saying that. Season cruising here, I really enjoy it. Yeah, and I know there's others, and I appreciate you saying that, Steve. And I know there's others. That's why when I say that, I'm not painting everybody with the same brush. I'm sure you guys, especially if you spend any time on Facebook, you've encountered some of these people that just feel like they know everything. And then the worst part is that they give old, outdated information, and it's like, wow, really, especially when they're admins of a group, and that to me is a little tough pill to swallow. Um, but anyway, so yeah, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you saying that. Bordero family says art starts around $50 and goes way up from there. You can get animation art for $100 or less. We saw people buy bundles of 4 pieces for $3,000, $10,000. Wow, the art auctions are free to watch. That's cool. It's interesting to know. Okay, good. I'm caught up. Oh shoot, hang on. On Panorama, they had samples in the shop. They were small samples. Short excursions had various tasting. I know it's profitable to them because my wife buys them after tasting, right? Did your friend get his stuff back? Not yet. Yeah, not yet, Bob. We haven't heard back. I was going to reach out to my friend Yahira to see if she'd heard anything from the tourism police, but so far, no. Yeah, it's a bummer. Okay, so I talked about embarkation. Okay. So on embarkation day, we had a meet and greet at the Red Frog Pub. I kind of alluded to it earlier. That's a lot of fun. So for first-time cruisers, if you're in a Facebook group, try to make it to the meet and greet if you can. If you can't, no big deal, But if you can, it's a great way to meet other cruisers and get to kind of meet other people that you'll see throughout the cruise. So, but I enjoy hosting them whenever I'm on a cruise. I'll try to host it unless somebody else already is, and then afterwards, normally we would go to the sailway party, but again, this time it was right there at the Red Frog Pub. So we didn't get to do that. The other thing I did on Saturday, so that was on Friday, the meet and greet. On Saturday, I did a bar crawl. Again, another thing I like to do when I'm on a cruise. And that was a lot of fun. Met so many great people. I posted some of the pictures from that on my Facebook group. So yeah, just a lot of fun. So I would say to especially newer cruisers, if you can, try to get involved. I know they usually do slot pools. I know some people do cabin gift exchanges, those kind of things. So whatever you are into, I would definitely say, try it out, and it's a good way to meet other people. So the other thing I wanted to mention, so in this particular cruise, we stayed in cabin 2307. It was an interior, much like most of the other interiors. The one thing I didn't care much for on this one thing I love about Carnival showers is the water pressure. I absolutely love the water pressure on it. The water pressure was kind of weak, which again didn't ruin my cruise, just kind of giving information out there. The other thing was the bed. So they had the two twins split out. Evan's twin bed, my buddy's twin bed, was soft and normal, like real nice, like a normal Carnival bed. Mine, my half of the twin bed that I was sleeping on was it was hard to explain. It's very firm but kind of springy. Almost felt like I was sleeping on a what do they call that, box spring. It almost felt like I was sleeping on a box spring. So that was kind of weird. But anyway, and I didn't, listen, the poor staff, if it was bad, I should have asked for a mattress topper. But for those that know me, I usually stay out really late. By the time I get back, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Doesn't matter. I mean, I was able to sleep through it, but just be aware that you can ask for a mattress topper. I didn't, but I should have. Do you know if they have a St. Patrick's party on the 13th through 17th? Well, I think if you're on the 13th through 17th, there'll be. I'm not. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think they mention anything about it. So Dion's the main cruise director, and he'll be back March 10th. And usually he's really good. Like I can reach out to him and he'll tell me what parties and events, or I'll ask him like specific questions like this, because he'll tell me what stuff is going on, and then he'll post it on his Facebook group or his Facebook page for anybody else that wants to follow him. But usually like little things like this that wouldn't be part of the general announcement, I would be able to ask him, but he's on vacation, so I don't know. They might. It's really up to the entertainment director and the cruise director, but I wouldn't be able to. And Dion would be back at that time, so I'd have to ask Dion and see if they're doing it. Did it rain all 3 days? It rained the Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, I think it rained early morning because by the time we got into Ensenada, the ground was wet and that kind of thing. So, but it didn't rain on us in Ensenada. Awesome thing. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I would just if you're not already following Dion, it's Dion Entertainment is his page. you might want to do that. And like I said, I usually will check with him at the end of the month, but he's on vacation. So normally by now I would know what's happening in March, but I don't want to bug him on vacation, obviously. So yeah, so unfortunately the beginning part of March is going to kind of be a little bit of guessing going on. All right, a few other things I want to cover here real quick while we still got everybody in here. On the ship, so again, I mentioned that we went to the steakhouse the first night. The only thing I want to make note of there is those that like the smoked oysters, they're back. So I know they had the crab, I think it was like crab cakes or something like that, temporarily replacing the smoked oysters. They were back this last trip. That I don't know how long they'll be back, because I think a lot of that is based off of supplies and things like that. But I know that I noticed on this last cruise last weekend they had the smoked oysters. For those that like that for the appetizer, we did the main dining room for the second night. Nothing really to note there. And then we did cucina the last evening, and of course, we stayed in, we sat in Guys' section. So I posted on Facebook. For those that are not on the Facebook group or are connected with me on Facebook, guys, if you're going to Cucina del Capitano, please ask for Giza. If she's not already, sit in her section. You won't be disappointed. She's amazing. She's really, really awesome. So yeah, so ask for to sit in Guys' section for sure. If you're going to the Cucina Steakhouse, is what the note I want to make there. So I'm going to go to Ensenada here in a second. Just see a couple of comments. They have a tomahawk steak. That is the best. In the steakhouse, I don't know that I saw a tomahawk steak. They do have a tomahawk pork chop at the Cucina del Capitano. My buddy got it, and it was really, really good, the tomahawk pork chop. But I don't know that I've seen the tomahawk steak, Robert. Robin, hello. My fiance and I are planning on going on the Carnival Radiance in April. Where do you recommend we book our cruise? What's the best site? So, Robin, normally I wouldn't say this, but now that I'm actually going to become a travel agent, and I'm already starting to work. I mentioned this earlier here. If you'd like to reach out to me directly, if you're on social media, connect with me on social media. So we'll get you booked. So I would obviously recommend myself and my business partner Amy, who's going to do most of the stuff for me, like if I'm traveling or whatever. So you'll deal with one of us most of the time. But if you don't want to use a travel agent, you can always go through Carnival and through a personal vacation planner, of course. The one thing I would tell you not to do, so again, and you're no obligation to use me, but I would not use those third-party sites. I know some people, last time I said this, I think at least one person said, I didn't have a problem with it. But most of the time, these third-party sites, I've just heard horror stories. So there's so many other options to book through. Then I don't, unless they're offering some killer deal, but I would, always buyer beware when they offer these killer deals. So I would say either use a travel agent or a personal vacation planner. Again, Robin, if you'd like for me and Amy to help you, let me know. Reach out to me through social media. If you don't do social media, you can send me an email at beachlifeyt, all one word, at gmail.com. So it's beachlifeyt@gmail.com. So I'd be happy to help you, Robin. All right. Honey's the best place to book your cruise. Oh, well, thank you, Robert. Hopefully we'll be able to help you in the future. Yeah, again, this is all new. I just started doing this. Tonight I was supposed to be doing some certifications and stuff, but I decided to do this because I didn't want it to be too much longer after my cruise. I wanted to do the cruise wrap up. So I'll use the rest of this week to finish up my certifications. But in the meantime, my partner Amy will be able to book the cruises easily. So, oh, sorry, so late. Looks like you had a great cruise. Hey, Esperanza, welcome in. No worries. Thank you. I'll reach out. Okay, great. Thank you, Robin. Be happy to help you. All right, so let me get to Ensenada. That might generate a few more questions, and then again, I'll continue to go back and look at the comments, see if there's anything there. So when we got to Ensenada, that was the biggest thing for me. Like those that know me know I'm a big port guy. I love ports. And I like Ensenada. Listen, I know some people it's not the sexiest port and this and that. We're working on that. I'm actually the director of tourism is supposed to be reaching out to me this week. They asked for my phone number. They were made aware of what I'm doing with my channel, with the Facebook groups and this and that. They're very happy to hear. They've seen my YouTube videos. So the director of tourism wants to talk to me to see if there's, what we can do to continue to get tourists and cruisers mostly off that ship and into Ensenada, what we can do better. So that's what I'm an initiative that I'm working on. So I'm excited about that. All right, and Ensenada. So I walked down the boardwalk to try to show that. And this video will be coming out. So luckily, weather did work out for me. So I'll show, like, I walked down the boardwalk, kind of like I've done in some past videos. But this time I went all the way to the end, just to show those that want to stay on the boardwalk, where it goes and where it ends. On that way, I stopped to talk to the Juanitos, for those of you, again, that kind of been following along about the boat rides. They said if you have a larger group, like he said 15. I'm guessing even if you had 10, he'd probably give you this deal. He said it'd be like $5 per person. For the two of us, there's a little bit of a language barrier. So I think he was saying $20 for the two of us just to go. And since we didn't have a group, I don't think he said $20 per person, because if that's ridiculous. But I'm almost positive he was saying $20 for the two of us to go, which still isn't a bad deal. But there were so many other things I needed to get done that we just decided not to do it. But it's something that I'd like to do in the future. We went. I stopped at the fish pedicure place again. This will be in the Ensenada video that will be out probably sometime later this week or maybe early next week. I'll probably work on it over the weekend. I stopped at the fish pedicure place because some people have asked me about that. That they just happen not to be able to do the fish pedicure. They only have one, and you'll see that in the video if you watch it. They only had the one fish spa there, so just keep that in mind. It's first come, first serve. I think she said it was $10 for 10 minutes, which isn't bad. And they were in the process of, I think she said, doing something with the fish or cleaning or whatever. It wasn't going to be available during my visit, and I think for a week it was down for them to do whatever they were doing. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. I went out to to Plaza Contenderas. So I'm trying to remember what I, this is when my buddy lost his bag. So that video footage, I'm not sure what I'm going to piecemeal out of it, because it was like I was filming and then all of a sudden I hear him say, and then he realized that he lost his bag, and the vibe got thrown off. So when I watch it in editing, if you can kind of tell the vibe is low, whatever. I remember recording bits and pieces. I'll tell you a couple things I didn't like. I didn't like that everything was closed, like only two places was open. So I don't know if that was because it's Sunday or whatever. So that was kind of a bummer. The other thing is it's pretty expensive, and I get it. It's different than like going to some of the taco stands or things like that, everything else. But like I got it was like a chicken kebab kind of plate and things like that. It was, I think, $16, but I mean it's just a few pieces of chicken and fries. And I think like a little, really small tabbouleh salad and a really small thing of hummus. You're really paying for the location and the views there. Is it one thing that, like, I would say, yeah, try it one time and see what it's like? Sure, of course. If you don't mind, some people are like, it's okay, I'll pay the little extra, for that experience. I say go for it. But I would say it sucks because you don't know if everything's gonna be open. Like my buddy, before he lost his bag and lost his appetite, he really wanted to go try the place with the hamburger and all that, and he already kind of knew that it was gonna be a little more expensive. But he's like, you know what, I'll give it a try. Anyway, so just keep that in mind. It's not gonna be cheap compared to some like when I tell people go to La Guadalajara, the food is great and it's really affordable, or go to like one of the stands or things like that. No, it's not. So if you're looking for cheaper food options, that's not the place. The views are great and all that stuff, but just keep that in mind for Plaza Contenderas. And then I went to go see how Dean was at Massage and Facial Care. For those of you who follow along, he's the owner of the massage place that I go to. He is I don't want to share all of his personal business, but he's dealing with a lot of health issues. So he was in California getting some medical procedures done and stuff like that. So he wasn't available, but I did get a massage. He had a new therapist there. So those that have gone there, he actually has, there is a little bit of a language barrier with the other therapist, but you get through it. It's just a massage, right? But he has a new girl there named Paulina, very fluent. She used to be an attorney, which is crazy to me. So anyway, we kind of laughed about that. She said, "Hey, yeah, you can tell everybody now you got a massage from an attorney, only in Mexico, right?" So, but she was really great. Right? She's a new therapist, but if I would highly recommend Paulina. She was really great. Yeah, that's another thing I just want to point out, that he's hired her, and she's amazing. Um, the churro place, I mentioned that earlier. The churro place, that little churro cart by Hotel Bahia, he wasn't there either. I don't know. I'll have to follow up and find out what's going on there. And lastly, I just want to point out before I go to the back to the chat here, is that people were asking about kids and bringing kids in. There's been these carnival rides, a Ferris wheel, and like a tilt-a-whirl, and then a carousel that are right there by the flagpole area. I don't know how long they're staying. They've been there for a while now. And again, that hopefully when I talk to the director of tourism, I can tell them, hey, that I would definitely encourage you staying there. I did run into another YouTuber that's there, an Ensenada YouTuber. Most of his content is in Spanish and stuff, but he found me. We had been interacting through YouTube, and he found me, and we were talking there at that carnival site. I was telling him, hey, I thought that was really a neat thing to have him there. And he said, and I need to confirm this, and he said he'd get me some video footage, that there's actually a little carnival that stays there all the time over by the Costco. So I'll get confirmation of that, and maybe I'll ask him to give me some video footage to share that with all of you. So just keep that in mind. I guess, from what he's telling me, there's a carnival that stays there all the time by the Costco. So just something for the kids. And then there by the flagpole, they have the playground, and they have that little train ride thing. So just for those that are going there with young kids, just some things to keep in mind. All right. Esperanza says, honey, that's great. We'll get in contact next time. Planning another mother-daughter with my sister. Oh, awesome, Esperanza. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody here that's, listen, if you're booking directly through Carnival, they already have the travel agent fees booked or baked into the cost. So they're just getting to keep that money. So there's not an additional cost to use the travel agents. So just keep that in mind. Either that, or again, if some people just don't want to use travel agents, and I get it. I've shared here in the past some of my struggles with travel agents, which is why for me, I want to make sure that anybody that uses myself or Amy, and I told Amy when we decided to partner up, Amy, if anybody's not happy with myself or you, we need to let them go. Don't hold their stuff hostage. Don't, whatever. It's like that. If they're not happy, release it, let them go. Because again, it's not worth it. For me, especially, I'm doing it more for myself, but hey, if I can help others along the way, just like I'm doing with my YouTube channel, why not? Right. For me, again, just lastly, and I'll close out with this. The lady walking on the town with a rose con leche is the best. Oh, I haven't found. Okay, I'll have to look out for that. Interesting. Where just anywhere in town, or maybe let me know what to look for. But that's good info, Esperanza. Anyway, I'll wrap up with this. Usually I want to just tell everybody, always thank you for supporting me, supporting the channel. The Facebook group I mentioned earlier, we're over 5,000 strong now. I'm already at. I had a personal goal of getting to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year, because I had 3,000 towards the end of the year last year. So I thought, okay, yeah, maybe it's achievable to get to 4,000 by the end of this year. To already be at 3,500, and we're only 2 months in, is just a testament to what you guys are believing in me and sharing me out and telling your friends about me and all that stuff. So I thank you, and I'll continue to work hard to put out the videos that you enjoy and that are informative. And this travel agent thing is just, I'm already doing the work. I feel like, a lot of people are not getting what they need out of their travel agents or the people they're booking through. Some people are like, I just feel more comfortable asking you because you're a little more knowledgeable, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like, hey, you know what, if I can benefit a little bit to help kind of supplement, it's expensive, right? To go on these cruises, the equipment, everything that I do. So if I can help supplement that a little bit. Of course, as you guys all know, I also like to donate to St. Jude. So I'll find a happy medium to continue to donate to St. Jude, but also use a little bit to kind of help the channel continue to grow. So thank you. If you need help as from a travel agent, let me know. And let me see here. Sorry. Hey, thank you. Cruising is fun. Jen Griffin says in December there's a little swap meet market thing going on inside where the bus drops people off. Do you know if there's? Which drop off? Just I want to make sure because there's two drop offs. There's the one by the McDonald's and by the Starbucks, and then there's the one on the other side by in the Pueblo Antigua, I think is what it's called, by Papas and Beer. Which one? I'm just curious because they had that. Are you talking about the one that had the white tents over by the flagpole? That wasn't there this time. It was there for several months, but it wasn't there this time. If that's what you're talking about, I just want to clarify. Was the Mexico flag up? It wasn't. No, it seems like it's not up more than it is, which is a bummer because it's kind of like one of those things that's really cool and iconic when going to Ensenada. But no, it wasn't up. And I know a lot of it is weather related, right? So I didn't expect it to be up this time. But there's times there wasn't weather, and it did. I don't know how they determined that. So, all right, she was near the main shopping street behind McDonald's. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on her, Esperanza, or an eye out for her, I should say. So, anyway, we've gone on for a little while now. I'm going to wrap up. I definitely enjoy doing these live Q&As and discussions and enjoying being here with you guys. I don't want to keep this and drag this out any longer. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. So thank you again. Thank you for all your. Oh, yeah. I wanted to answer Jen's question. Drop off near McDonald's, I think. Yeah. So they had that there. A lot of it was for Carnival. They still had it there because they had the rides. So yeah, Jen, it was still there. They had, like, I actually got, there's some churros, a churro stand, a elote stand, all that stuff all around it. There was a lot more than normally would be there. So, but I don't know how long they're going to be there. That's one of the questions I want to ask when I talk to the director of tourism, because I think that's a great idea. You're welcome, Jen. You're welcome, Amber. You're welcome, Cruising Couple, of course. Thank you again, everybody. I appreciate your support. And I like to try to do these. This one was more of a wrap up of what I did on my last cruise, but I like to just get on here and answer questions whenever I can to help out. Where I can, because I know not everybody does social media, not everybody's in the Facebook groups, etc. So if I can do this once a week, schedule permitting, I'll do it. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We let's see here. Sorry, comments. Best churros ever. Yeah, there's some really good churros there. Thanks, honey. Get some rest. Yeah, I do. I am exhausted. You can kind of tell. I'm kind of fumbling over my words and all that. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. All right. Oh, hey, Lindy Luce. I always come out. Yeah, I know. Different audience, right? For John and those guys. They have their own little audience over there. So no worries, Lindy Lou. Thank you for stopping by. We're just getting ready to wrap up. But love you. And thank you, everybody. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.